combination shoulder station and low pulley. The first thing we're going to show, which is what majority of you are going to use, is the shoulder station. You want to set your seat height up so your shoulders are approximately level with the handle grips right here. You do that by pulling the pin, and again, the seat is spring loaded, so you want to put it in the appropriate height. Go ahead and have a seat. Make sure she's lined up correctly by having her sit back. You see as she's seated here, the shoulders are in a good position. She's able to comfortably grip these grips without excessive body English. Feet are comfortably flat on the floor, nice posture, keep your abdominals pulled in tight, that helps protect the lower back. If you find that you're not able to touch the floor sufficiently because your seat is really high, we'll have a box in here. You can put your feet up on the box. It'll help keep your feet and your knees in a better position. From there, you just grab a hold. You'll lift up on the weights, exhaling as you go to full extension. You come all the way down. If you have any shoulder issues, you may not want to use this piece without correct instruction or making sure that what your body injury is sufficient to do this movement. So if it hurts, don't do it. It's really the best advice to give. If you want to change to the other grip, you can. You can lower the weights, put your hands on the other grip. Proceed in the same fashion by pushing up over the head. Again, lower back staying tucked into the bench, nice good posture. Very good. Hop out. Now for the lower pulley piece, there is a lot of different exercises you can do. The most common thing that's going to be performed on this is going to be the bicep curl. So you'll select a weight that, again, is appropriate for you to handle that. You go ahead and grab a hold of that bargaining, lift it right out of the rack. Make sure the chain is not kinked. Stand up good and tall with good posture, elbows at your side. And you're just going to bend the elbows up, pull the wrist. Good. Wrist and hands will come up towards the top of your chest in a slow control movement. When you're doing any type of standing exercise, make sure you have good posture. Stabilize the lower back. Keep the knees soft so you don't strain the lower back. And you're going to proceed in a nice, comfortable fashion. That's the most common exercise that's done on this. And unless instructed otherwise and shown with different technique, I would stick with that as your main piece to work with. Now here we are at our final station of the circuit. This is an abdominal lower back piece. We're going to demonstrate the low back portion of that. First thing you need to do is you want to set up your body position as it relates to the movement axis right here. You want to get the hip lined up with the point that pivots with the machine. You accomplish that by adjusting your foot plate back and forth to where you're comfortably seated in this position. Grab a hold of the pin down at the bottom. This will slide back and you'll establish your proper setting, as you'll see in just a second. Have a seat, Jeannie, for me. As you sit in the seat, you'll put your feet up underneath the pedals. Knees should be comfortably about 90 degrees, which will then line your hips up appropriately with that. If the pedals are too far forward, you would be too far down the seat and you'd be out of alignment. If you're too far back, again, same thing in the opposite direction. Next thing we want to do is we want to have you bend all the way forward to adjust. This pad here should be right across the middle of your shoulder blades. You simply pull the pad and roll it up and down where it hits the appropriate spot on you. You don't want you to bend all the way forward, put your chest down towards your knees. Now we're going to establish the starting position on this. And from there you're going to push back, exhaling, go back to a comfortable position, which is basically almost straight, and then right back forward. You can either use the hand grips or put your hands across your chest. Either one are generally acceptable. Maintain good posture. Keep your hips in position against the machine. Exhaling through the movement, extending, squeezing. One thing you don't want to do is extend too far back that you can impinge or strain the lower back. Good. When you're done, you just lean forward, let the weights come down to a light touch, and and you'll exit yourself out. Now, to set this back pad may take a little trial and error for you until you get the exact position that it's got to be in. So, I know you saw me do it with her already in the seat. That was to illustrate the position you should be in. Everybody's going to be a little different, so it's going to have the ability to adjust based upon your positioning. So it starts out as a little bit of trial and error. So you get in that proper position where you're fully flexed forward. The abdominal side, you're already basically set up. The feet haven't changed. Upper pad really shouldn't change. What's going to change is where this position is on the piece. And so we'll start with it in a comfortable position here. Just go ahead and have a seat again. Or you're on this side of the pad now. Then you want to adjust it to where, pull that pin, bring it all the way back to where you're up. Keep pulling, lean back just slightly where you're in a comfortable position there. Okay. Good. Just slightly lean back. She's not going to fall over. Now, I like to teach hands underneath with fingertips just touching the pad. That's going to release the temptation of you wanting to pull on the pad. The picture shows a different illustration. I'm not a big fan of it because when you use the picture's illustration, you can physically overpower the piece of equipment. So I prefer this position here. Puts you in a little less of a aggressive position to push that weight down. It's a little safer. So from there, you're just going to exhale as you push yourself forward. Now, to push yourself forward, I want you to use your belly button. So maybe a better description would be you want to pull yourself forward. So use your stomach, pull the stomach in, and pull yourself down and pull yourself forward. Come on up to a nice tall position. Exhale, pull yourself down by sucking the stomach in. Does it feel?
Good.
Then when you're done, you just return the weights all the way to the very top. If you need to adjust the pin to get out a little easier, that's fine. You can just pull the pin, rotate forward, and you can safely exit a piece of equipment. When you're done using all of your equipment, it's very important that you wipe it down after each use. That helps make it a little cleaner for the next person using it. You can use your towel. There's some wipes with some disinfectant spray. That could be a benefit to you. All right, what we tried to cover today was just a basic overview of how to operate the equipment safely. For better programming information or to get more specific training for your personal needs, I recommend you first sign up for one of the orientations that are offered. That'll take you through a full circuit, kind of like what we just did. But we'll give other illustrations on technique, sets and reps, and other exercise programming. And for some of you, that will be totally sufficient to get yourself started. In addition to that, I recommend you self-educate yourself more with periodicals and proper educational material so that you can become more self-aware about the field of health and wellness and how it can benefit you as an individual. For some of you, you may want to take it a step further and get more personalized, specific instruction. By working with one of the certified trainers that are offered here at the Isles Yacht Club, you can then better get your wellness and health needs satisfied to a much higher level. And so for any questions on that, there's a sign-up sheet for the orientations, or you can contact one of the trainers directly with the phone numbers that are posted, or get a hold of your current fitness committee members and they can direct you to more appropriate sources. With that, we encourage you to inquire, ask some questions so you can get more established with your health and wellness program.